Welcome back, guys, to a slightly different game this time. This is an SB operation match that I was flying with Toastman and Dave the other day. Because I didn't record it, but because of the well, rather good outcome, I will show you the replay of it, and maybe you can get some tips out of this video of how to use this VB.10-02 as effectively as possible. And you will see that most of the time. Let's stick to this engagement here, and A7 is trying to evade me. He's not gonna do it. As you can see here, the VB.10-02 with the 10 armaments the thing had with the 650 cals and the 4 20mm Hispano 4s. That armament is just crazy. You just aim center mass to an evading enemy, and some of the shots will definitely hit. It's a big improvement over the normal VB10 in regards to the effectiveness of the guns. And here we have an MSC 202 as well, and with a quick burst his wing is gone. I should also note here that we're fighting mostly clan players, so they definitely on TeamSpeak or something, or Discord, and talking to each other. So with every engagement here I try to not get stuck in place, and I will always try to fly away from the enemy and use my superior speed in pretty much every engagement I do here. Luckily, even though I had an enemy on my tail, Toastman was kind enough to help me out here, and he shot my pursuer down. Yeah, that's him climbing up there. He's in the VB10C version before this. This was my first battle in the VB10-02, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. We spot the K-43 down here, but I lose him. Toastman still was on his tail, and he told me where he is. And so I was just following his engagement run here. He tries to shoot him down, but then his ammunition runs out, so it's up to me to finish the job here. Luckily, the K-43 decides to climb up, and yeah, he slows down a lot, so this shot is pretty easy. Especially with VB10-02, it is a very stable firing platform. It is a pretty fast plane for the BR, especially if you're in a rank 3 match and don't up-tier this plane in a rank 4 game. Your speed will be pretty good. The only danger you will be in is if a single engine fighter dives on you. First I thought, well, let's land here and rearm, but I decided to not land and use my remaining ammunition to maybe pick up another target. Especially because it's already been very successful for a first flyout in a stock heavy fighter against clan players that stick together most of the time. They were in pretty much one location for the whole game, which was in some ways pretty good for us, because we always knew where the majority of the enemy players would be. So I had plenty of time to do the planned engagements and climb up to altitude so I can do a diving attack. And for some reason, I don't really know why, most of the enemy fighters didn't care about climbing. Because if they did, this replay would have been a lot different. Because if you don't have the ability with the VB-10s to fly away from the enemy, then you're pretty much screwed. There's no real... you cannot deny that this is not a competitive turn fighter or even an energy fighter. It is a boom and zoomer that can fly away fast and has good dive speed and so on. But yeah, it is definitely not one of the aircraft that are easy to use and where you can get out of trouble very easily. It helps if you have some squad mates around that are near you, that just in case you have to run away, will pick off the enemy fighter that is maybe pursuing you. Even though, especially if this plane is a bit upgraded, you can fly away from a lot of fighters. Here I spot the plane that's flying very low, and also the shooting there was a bit strange. I thought, is it one of our bombers, or is it not? And when I cut the corner here, oh, it's a P-108 Italian bomber. Nice juicy target for this plane. And we light him up. Yes. No chance against this powerful armament here. And now I'm gonna put the pedal to the metal and pull out of here, because I am very low. I'm a very inviting target. So if the enemy fighters coming, especially if it's more than one, I am pretty much done for. Also, my cannon armament is pretty much depleted. They have 50 cal machine guns left, so I decide to hug the coastline, use the speed, and turn to base. I'm gonna skip forward now until I take off again. And I took off again. Took some time to climb up to a decent altitude. Most of the time I just circle around the runway until I get at least to 1500 meters, which is not that much, but it is good enough to get a decent dive speed going when performing engagement at low altitude. And I already see out in the distance the shooting and the turn fighting. Pretty much all of the enemy fighters are down there, and the game filled up pretty good here, so it's getting increasingly dangerous to perform this boom and zoom and flying away engagement with this plane, because the chances of enemy fighters being up high are getting pretty... Well, they're increasing heavily now with so many planes around. If there's not that many players, yeah, your chances are pretty good that they will all fly down and help the friendlies that are being engaged. But the more players there are on the team, the more there are some players that are just waiting for the opportunity. And after the pretty easy engagements I had earlier, here we will see that sometimes if you wait too long with your shots or something, or if you misjudge everything, you have problems here. And here I should have fired at long range at the 0. I waited too long for to get closer, and then I just couldn't pull the turn. It was a big mistake on my part, but it wasn't a critical mistake. The 0 will not have the ability to catch up to me, so I'm not that afraid of it. And here I pick out the planes that are a bit higher up here. And I think this is a Q100 or something. Sadly, I only get some hits on the fuselage, but no crits. Probably some hit detection problem here, because you cannot have a 100% hit guarantee when you're doing engagement with over the internet, and I'm getting attacked. So as always with this plane, try to fly away, because that's pretty much the only thing you can do. Engage the enemy, preferably enemies that are preoccupied, and zoom in, shoot something down, and zoom away. And here also just here the bad maneuverability of the VB.10-02 comes here into play, and I just cannot get the guns on target on the BF-109. And because the pursuer is still on me, I decide to just say, "Screw it, guys, I'm going home," and I'm flying away. Because I decided that I need some time to regain altitude, otherwise the engagements I do will be not very beneficial for my survivability. I already see that the AAA from the harbor is shooting up, and I spot an A7 M2. He's already being engaged by some friendly fighters, like VB.10-02 or something. But they have, it looks like, some problems getting their shots in, and they're also pretty low on the ammo count, as you probably already know. And as he's trying to do or throw the aim off on the enemies, I come in behind him and knock him out. For some reason the armament on this thing works so much better than on the VB-10. Yeah, you have 10 rounds instead of the 4, but normally you would say that 4 cannon shells are enough, for cannon barrels are enough to kill everything pretty quickly. But especially in this match, Toastman had a lot of problems with the VB-10C to get effective shots in, while, as you could see, most of my shots struck home and just deleted the enemy planes in no time. So if you're having trouble with the guns on the VB.10c, maybe give the 02 version a try. It can definitely be fun, especially when you have even teams and you have the ability to boom and zoom in and out of the engagement zone. Then it can be pretty good. We will win this match pretty quickly now, because yeah, the ground units of the Axis team got taken out by our bombers and attackers. I hope this was a quick showcase of the VB.02 that let you have an insight of the abilities of the VB.02, not the VB.10. VB.10-02, sorry. All those numbers. Yeah. That's it for this video. See ya.